Till yesterday, there was a wind of peace all over the city. The sky was smiling so bright, but it all turned around. Today, the wind is filled with rage and blood, and the sky is giving a terrific stare. The whole city has been ruined. And there, behind a destroyed building, someone was hiding. His name was 𝗕𝗟𝗦𝗧, a young man. He looked around to see any of the invaders was there. He see none, and falls to his knees, praying to his Almighty. Oh, my beloved God, what has happened? My city, it's all gone. My family, my Noor. He then fainted to the ground and looked at the sky. He sees the dark sky as he gets his eyes closed. He then returns to his yesterday. He was running happily through the streets. He was so excited and got home. There, his whole family was present at the hall. He happily announced that he got a job as a teacher. The whole family was a joy. Hassan had a caring and loving family who were always there for him. He had his father, mother, grandparents, and a little sister. As every day, Hassan went with his father for helping him in his shop. They walked through the street of the market. Hassan's father owns a blacksmith shop. As they reached the shop, they greeted the two men who were inside, Abdullah and Shah. Shah, who is a friend of Hassan's father, and Abdullah was Hassan's uncle. They did their casual chit-chat, as always. Then they got back to their works. The four of them had a special bonding. They worked really hard together, enjoying it. Hassan, who was working on a sword, he was very determined on his work. Suddenly, he hears a voice. Someone was on the door. He turned around. There stood a young lady wearing a blue dress and holding a lunchbox on her hands. She was so beautiful, as a princess. She was 𝗟𝗟𝗦𝗧. She is the daughter of Abdullah, and she came to give her father his lunch. She then has a small conversation with her father Abdullah and Hassan's father. Hassan, who is mesmerized in her beauty, stood like a statue. After a few moments, Noor walked towards Hassan and greets him. Hi, Hassan. Hassan comes out of his dreams and greets her back. Then they started to talk for a bit. After this, Noor asks Hassan to accompany her to the market. Then they both seek the permission of their fathers and goes. After shopping, they were walking through the market streets towards home. As they were walking, Noor was holding Hassan's hands and talking to him non-stop. Hassan, who was mesmerized to her beauty, was looking at her without taking his eyes off. From the time he can remember, He was fallen for Noor from his childhood, and he always dreamed to get married to her. But he never had the guts to tell her that he had always been loving her. He was afraid. He tried it many times, but he couldn't. As they walked, Noor suddenly stopped and looked at Hassan and asked him, "Are you even listening?" Hassan quickly came out from his dreams. Suddenly, she asked, "Hassan, can I ask you something?" Hassan said, "Yes, why not?" Then, with a serious stare, Noor asks him, "Hassan, are you in love with me?" Hassan was shocked. That was from nowhere. Hassan didn't know what to say. He was so confused. What he always wanted to tell her, she was speaking it out, like she could read it from his face. He couldn't answer anything. Noor asked him again. Then suddenly, it fallen from Hassan's mouth. "What if I am? Will you accept me? Do you love me?" Hassan said it like he took his old courage. Noor then stared at him and said, "If you really want to know the answer, you have to wait till tomorrow." Noor then walks ahead of him. And after walking a few steps ahead, she turns around and looks at Hassan with a cute little blush on her face. And that night, Hassan wasn't able to sleep. He was so excited. He walked to the roof of his house and looked at the moon. He was staring at the moon where he saw his Noor. He was very excited for tomorrow. He was eager to know what Noor was going to say, what will be her answer, and that blush that she gave him. What does that mean? Hassan then again sailed through the ship of his dreams. Suddenly, the village bell was ranged. Hassan stood up and looked forward. Everyone in the city was running with panic. The city was under a huge attack. Quickly, Hassan alerted the whole family, and they ran out of the house. As the whole city was running, the invaders attacked them. A bomb was thrown to their side. As it blasted, Hassan lost his consciousness. When he woke up, then no one was there. He came back to the present. He then cried again. Where are my family? Are they still alive? And my Noor, is she alive? What was her answer? Was it a yes? And that blush,